Hello folks, welcome to my nightmare. I am here with an absolutely staggering amount of vinyl. I didn't realize I let this happen again until 5 minutes ago when I put this together and was like, oh my god, how did I let this happen again? And the best part is, there's another stack up here that's all Vinyl Moon. Eventually we'll get there, but we're gonna take this one video at a time. So for now, let's check out these new records. There's a couple cassettes again, somehow. We're gonna check those things out. And if you would like to listen to any of the music from these albums, if you want to listen to some other music that I am checking out right now, I have links to my 2 favorite Spotify playlists below. I'm very serious about my playlist these days, so you can find some cool stuff there. If you find anything you like, let me know. I love knowing that I helped somebody find something cool. So let's dive right in. First off, I have a bunch of stuff from one of my friends. She works in music. She got a bunch of promo copies of records and was like, if you don't take them, they're just gonna sit here. So after politely saying no a few times, I took the entire stack. So we have a lot of things to look at. So first off, we have this t-shirt. This isn't vinyl, but it was also there, so I thought it would be nice to show you. It's a cool shirt. That's what I need, more band shirts. Actually, for all of you who roast me constantly for always wearing the one Ghost shirt that I own, screw you guys. I own 2 now. Okay, we're gonna start with a couple of 7-inch records just because they're on the top of the stack because I didn't want them to get crushed. So first, I have this one from Aaron West and the Roaring Twenties. It's Bittersweet, and it is pressed on Carolina Blue. Looks like this. I haven't actually had a chance to listen to it yet. I just took it out of the plastic, but it is here, and eventually I will get a chance to sit down and listen. I have heard this before. I listened through like all of the Aaron West discography. I was working on another video that never came to fruition. Maybe one day that will still appear. Let's see if I can get my shit together, I don't know. Then we have actually 2 singles from New Found Glory. It's the same thing, but it's on 2 different colors. And I just think it's cute that they have all these images pressed onto the vinyl. Next, we have this one. It's December by Neck Deep. It's on gold vinyl. And I actually don't listen to Neck Deep, so maybe we'll do a giveaway for this one. I'm gonna hold on to that and we'll talk about that later. I don't know when I'm gonna do another giveaway, but that essentially means we're gonna have to plan one. I'll work on it. Next, we have a couple of cassettes. I constantly talk about how I hate them and then here I am buying them, so I don't really know. But I feel like I might have already mentioned this one in another video, but I can't remember because it's been a very long time. But I have Locket. It's their first 3 singles when they started releasing them back in June. And they only made 25, and I have number 1. And I will lord that over everybody I know until the day I die. It's on a pink cassette, by the way. I'm not sure if there's any left. There might not be, but maybe there is at shows. You should go check them out on tour. Check on JJ and Joey, make sure that they are alive and well. Next, we have, this isn't even fully a cassette, but I have this from Cherry Pools. They only sent out a couple of these. I got this in the mail. It said it was from 1999 and it was a message from the past. And when I opened it up, it was this lime green cassette that said, if you find this, plug into a PC and share it with the world. December 31st, 1999. And I was like, where the hell am I gonna find a cassette player? And then I realized the files are in the cassette. So I just like popped it open. Oh, and everything broke. I forgot that was also a thing. It all broke. But I just popped this in my computer and it had their new song and it's very good. So if you want to check out Cherry Pools, this isn't quite merch that you can pick up because it was a very cool little thing that their manager sent my way. But you should totally check it out because the song is very good. I'm not really sure if I can put this back together at this point. I kind of shattered it. And the last cassette I have is Corbin Giroux. If you do not know Corbin, he is in Rarity, and if I said his last name wrong, that would just be par for the course, but I'm not actually sure, and I'm just gonna keep talking quickly so you forget if I did. I have his cassette. It's beige. I don't know, there's probably a cooler name for it. Maybe I should have looked it up online. It's called Losing the Race. It's an EP that he put out a little bit earlier this year. He's been playing a bunch of shows. He has a bunch coming up in November. You should come out and see him, and Certainty, and a bunch of other really cool bands that I really like. Corbin. Now we get into vinyl. So this one is kind of actually very cool for me. Back when I had my online store, Camp Unlost, there was this one pressing that I really wanted, and I kept tweeting being like, if you guys don't buy it, I'm gonna buy this one myself. But then people would actually buy it because it's really cool. So I never ended up getting it because I eventually bought all of the stock of this album and there was none left for the distributor to send me. So when my friend gave me this, I was like, fate. Fate has brought us together. It's Trash Boats, Nothing I Write You Can Change What You've Been Through, and it is on this crazy, like, funfetti vinyl. This is maybe one of my favorite pressings of all time, and I'm so glad I finally have it because I just obsessed over it for so long, and now I don't have to wonder what it would be like to actually have it for myself. It lives in my home. Next is one from a band that when she gave me this, I'd actually never listened to them, and then I started hearing the singles from their next album, and now I kind of love them. So it's Rome. This is their album Backbone. I'm really in love with their song, I Don't Think I Live Here Anymore. Is that what it's called? I've been listening to it a lot in the car, so I don't really pay attention to I just sing along. Maybe I'm saying the words wrong. Who's to say, honestly? Nobody else is there but me. Ugh. But this is pressed on red, yellow, and blue tricolor vinyl. It reminds me of Toy Story. You know the ball in Toy Story? It doesn't look like this, but it's these colors. I don't know why I'm telling you that. I'm so sorry. My camera's already running low on battery. Cool. Next I have a very bent copy of Bullet for My Valentine's Venom. This is the deluxe edition. It has extra songs. However, it's like damaged. It's like quite damaged. I'm not sure why. Man, it's just like every time I pull out the plastic, the paper's just coming away with it. Did it melt? What happened to you? I haven't listened to this before, but I should. I will. Now that I have it open, if I take the record out of this, it might just disintegrate. So we'll see how that goes, but that's one that I've now got. Let me know where I should start, honestly. I don't think I've ever even listened to Bullet for My Valentine, so if you have a recommendation of what song to start with, please, I am all ears. The next one is Newfound Glory's Makes Me Sick. I actually have never listened to this. I've never really gone too far into Newfound Glory, besides like the songs they play at emo night. But I did start listening to their covers album they released this year because I interviewed a couple members of the band at the start of the year. So I was obviously listening to the music they were putting out, but I have to give this one a listen, especially because this is very cool. And so I would like to be able to own it and actually appreciate it in my collection properly. Yellow and white split. Why did I forget the word split? Jesus, out of all the words. With purple splatter? Smash? Sometimes I just forget. I don't care. That's the problem too. I would remember if I cared. And the last one from that friend is Bulow's Damaged. I love her. I love her so much. There's a song on this EP called You and Jennifer. If you have ever had to deal with infidelity in a relationship, this song is going to get you through some shit. That's all I have to say. Next, I actually have this EP that was sent to me by Universal Music, and this is Celeste. This is her EP. This is promo only, so I don't actually know if they pressed this EP on vinyl or not, but I'm gonna take a look and I will link it below if it exists. But Celeste was just in Toronto and I missed the show because I had so many shows to go to last week, and I feel like next time she comes here she's gonna be playing like an arena and I'm gonna be cursing myself for missing that show. So I would suggest you also get on this bandwagon before it is too late because her voice is just like so soothing. I love to listen to this when I'm working, and working does not involve listening to a bunch of other music. I can just like write and listen to this. It's wonderful. So nice. And now that my camera's died, we're back. Let's get into all the records that I made the mistake of purchasing myself. First, we have the Jonas Brothers' Happiness Begins. It also came with the ugliest, worst shirt I've ever owned in my life. I wanted it. I thought it looked kind of like the sort of merch I get at like hardcore or rock shows. I thought it was funny. Then it was a women's fit. Took all the fun out of it. Can't wear that shirt. I can't even get it on. So, if anybody wants that, women's fit size medium, you let me know. But I got this, and they had 3 different versions of this for each brother. I got the Joe edition, and I thought by getting the Joe edition, it would be Joe, which is what I want. However, what it meant was I got this piece of paper, which is nice. I just don't know if it was worth paying the premium for that. So the vinyl is on just this opaque green. I don't know. I feel like I could have just waited until they came out with like an Urban Outfitters pressing and got it for cheaper without shipping. It would have come a lot faster. This took forever. Like, it just recently arrived, and I think I ordered it in like May. So, I don't know, just some thoughts. I feel like I'm very disillusioned with this Jonas reunion because I wanted it for so long, and now I just feel like I'm being just drained for cash. I don't know. Moving on, let's look at what's next instead of diving into that debate, because I'm sure not everybody feels that way. Next. Next we have one of my favorite albums of the year, which is Microwave's Death is a Warm Blanket, but I bought it 3 times. So this is not the first time that's happened here. Not even the first 5 times that's happened here. Let's just look at all these pressings. I'm getting chills, like I'm so upset with myself. So the first pressing, I do not know how to explain this. I don't remember what it was called online, but it just looks like spilled beer and then somebody threw a towel over the middle so nobody would slip on it at the bar. The second pressing, I feel like this is like orange side B and white side A with black splatter. I think that's what the intention was here, or maybe it's just a smash pressing with black splatter. I'm guessing. Let's look at the third one. This one is clear, I'm sure. Yes, it is. Just clear with orange splatter. Nice. So I got all of these, and you know what? I don't regret it, because A, this album is absolutely fantastic, and you should definitely listen to it. And B, artists do not make enough money off of their music anymore, which is sad and wrong. So by buying 3 copies, yeah, I spent more than I personally should have, but the band still is not making as much as they should. So at least I did my part, I guess. That's how we'll rationalize this choice I've made. The next record is so far my album of the year. I think it's like number 3, Microwave, Death is a Warm Blanket. Number 2, Lock It, All Out, which that record is on the way, but if you haven't listened to it yet, I'm gonna leave a link below because my God, that album is so good. And then at number 1 right now is Pine's self-titled album. I've been waiting for this for a very long time. I've been a big fan of Pine for years, and it's finally here. And just to make things a little spicy, if you look in here, if you get the record, there's a little shout out to Heavy Hearts, which I love to see, just on a personal note. But this is pressed on blue vinyl, which I think is fitting. This whole album is so good. If you're gonna start somewhere, I would start with Lusk and Sunder. Those are my choices. Then we have, I seem to have lost merch along the way. I went to go see Rome Hero Foxes. I got a great t-shirt. It's around here somewhere, but they didn't have vinyl, so I wasn't able to grab any. You should listen to Rome Hero Foxes. But I did really like another band on that tour called the Happy Fitz, so I got their album and they signed it. I never even remember that that's a thing you can do. Like, I picked this up and they looked at me and were like, do you want us to sign it? And I was like, yeah, okay. It just totally short-circuited my brain. So anyways, I have this beautiful signed copy of their album Concentrate. They are so much fun live, and like, if you listen to it recorded, it's fantastic, but you need to see them live. It's a whole experience. But this one is pressed. They had 2 options. Oh my God, they were like, we have 2 colors, which one do you want? And I was like, this is already such a process, my God. But I got this one because it looks like an orange, and I thought that seemed appropriate. I take these things too seriously, but that's where my mind went, so you should check this one out for sure. And then finally, my last record is one from one of my favorite Ontario bands, Sights and Sounds. It's called No Virtue. It's their new album. It just came out like 2 weeks ago. And when I saw it online, I was actually putting together a blog post where I was writing about a bunch of Ontario bands. And I just wanted to link to the vinyl pre-order for anybody who was interested. And when I got there, it said like there are only 35 copies on color vinyl. But it didn't tell you if you were gonna get one or not. It was just like first 35 orders get one, and then you don't. And I ordered one just in case, unaware of what I would be getting. And I am proud to announce that I did get a color pressing. And so I have this lovely purple and red split vinyl, which I'm very excited about. I love this band so much. I'm actually going to see them tomorrow, so I'm pretty excited about that, because I haven't seen them since... Actually, funny, coming full circle, I went to go see Sights and Sounds, and that was the first time I ever spoke to Heavy Hearts, because they were opening on that show, and it was in just like this little pub in Burlington, Ontario. And now I'm going to see Sights and Sounds with Heavy Hearts as friends. It's very nice. So anyways, a little wholesome content for your Tuesday. So yeah, No Virtue is a great album. I would suggest listening to Resurface and Serpentine just to start, but the whole album is really, really good. So make sure you check that out. If you've ever listened to Comeback Kid, Andrew is in both bands. So if you needed something extra to push you to listen, there's that. So that is it for today. Those are all of the records that I've picked up or been gifted or whatever this pile seems to be. It seems to be in many things, but thank you for watching. If you liked this video, you can subscribe. I do post things as often as possible as an adult who is not a full-time YouTuber. I do my best. But if you like this, give it a thumbs up. I never say that. I feel like you're supposed to. Maybe YouTube shows more people your video if you say the catchphrases. Smash a like. Anyway, I'm going to put these away in the shelf so I no longer have to look at the stack and feel bad about myself. I will catch you guys next time. I don't have an outro.